What if I told you the future of robotics might not be led by Silicon Valley, but by factories thousands of miles away in China? But we think about cutting edge technology. Most people immediately picture the United States of America, home of companies like Tesla, Boston Dynamics, and Google. But over the past decade, something big has been happening quietly and at massive scale. China has been building one of the most advanced robotics ecosystem in the world. Is China actually ahead in robotics? Or is the US still leading the game? China isn't just building robots, it is deploying them at a level of the world has been never seen before. Today, China is the largest industrial robot market on earth. Factories across the country are rapidly automating everything from electronics to automotive manufacturing. Here's the key difference. The US focus on innovation and cutting edge breakdown. China focus on scaling and mass adoption. In the simple terms, the US invades, China deploys. China government has heavily invested in robotics through national stages like Made in China 2026, aiming to dominate high-tech manufacturing, and it's working. Factories that once relied on human labor are now powered by robotic arm, AI system, and automated logistics network. If robotic were a battlefield, industrial robots would be China's strongest weapon. Chinese companies are producing robots faster, cheaper, and is higher volume than even before. Major global brands, even American ones, manufacturing production in China using these robotic systems. But why? Because China offers lower production cost, faster scaling, strong supply chains, and here's something surprising. China is no longer just assembling robots, it is designing and building its own advanced system. Companies like Susan and Aston are now competing globally. Robotics alone is not enough. The real power comes when you combine it with artificial intelligence. And this is where things get interesting. China is aggressively integrating AI into robotics. Smart warehouses with autonomous robot, AI-powered surveillance system, delivery robot in urban areas, fully automated factories. In cities across China, it is already normal to see robots delivering food or scanning environments using AI vision. This level of real world deployment is something the US is still scaling toward. Now let's be clear. The United States is far from behind. In fact, in many areas, it is still ahead. The US dominates in advanced robotic research, humanoid robots like Boston Dynamics, AI innovation at the highest level, software and chip technology. American companies are building some of the most advanced robots ever created, machines that can run, jump, and adapt like humans. But here is the catch. These innovations often stay in labs or limited deployments, while China focuses on getting robots into everyday use. This is the real story. The United States innovation powerhouse and China implementation powerhouse. Think of it like this: the US builds the prototype, China builds a million copies and puts them to work. And it is so long term. Scale can be just as powerful and innovation. China robotics growth is not just affecting its own economy, it is influencing the entire world. Countries are now importing China's robotics system because they are more affordable, readily available, and rapidly improving in quality. This gives China a strong position in the global tech supply chain. As more countries adopt China's robotics solution, it is influence countries to growth. The future of robotics won't be controlled by just country. Instead, we are likely to see the US leading in innovation and breakthroughs, China's leading in scaling and deployment. China is an investing heavily to research too, which means the gap is innovation may shrink over time. And if China combines innovation plus scale, that could completely change the global tech balance. So China is better than the United States in robotics? Not exactly, but it is becoming a dominant force, especially in real-world application and large-scale deployment. The truth is, this isn't a competition with a winner. It is race shaping the future of humanity.